Well, hi again, everybody, and welcome to Jasper High School basketball coverage here on 18 WJTS. Carey Schneider along with Jason Stamm and Jeremy Marcos, and tonight the Wildcats take on their county rival, big county rival, and the Southridge Raiders here at the JHS gym. In fact, they double dip when it comes to both the boys and girls varsity, as the girls varsity ball clubs for both Jasper and Southridge played in a ball game earlier this evening here on this floor. Jasper coming out on top with a 31-27 victory, by the way. But now it's the boys' turn here on the Friday night. This inter-county matchup, Jason Stamm and the Wildcats coming into the contest at 1-3, Southridge 4-0 with victories over Washington, Modern Day, South Knox, and Pike Central handily last week, in fact. While the Wildcats, we'll just go ahead and start with the fact that they're hurting a little bit.
Yeah, not only physically, mentally and emotionally. We tonight, in my opinion, tonight's game is we just got to try to right our ship and worry about ourselves. Win or lose tonight, we need to play well. Southridge has got a very, very good basketball team. It's going to be a tough test for us, especially without two starters with Ernie and Giesler out tonight. We're going to have our work cut out for us. But again, like I said, I look for us to come out, and we need to play hard. We need to hustle. We need to get every loose ball. We need to be the aggressor tonight. We need to scrap, get to the ball, and take advantage of that, and don't turn the ball over.
The injuries which we were alluding to include, of course, Caden Ernie, who missed last week's game against Memorial with a thumb injury. And also now, in addition to that, Braden Giesler, the Wildcats forward/guard, hurt his thumb late in the Memorial game last week and is now out roughly about 3 to 4 weeks. And Jason, you and I talked a little bit before the game. It's probably, if this is the time that this is going to happen, it's now.
Yeah, with the holidays around, we obviously don't play in a holiday tournament. We play tonight, we play tomorrow night, and then we've got a break in there. So that's going to help the injured guys have a week off where they're not actually missing basketball games. If it's going to happen, this wasn't a detrimental time.
Right. And speaking of the changes to the lineup, of course, inserted in the lineup for the Cats tonight is going to be number 15, Jack Levin, a junior, and senior Kai Kuntz, along with Jalen Manners, Jace Foy, and Max Butel, while the Raiders have Justin Leathers, Tate Whitehead, Cam Haywood, David Schwartz, and Brock Thacker on the floor. The Wildcats win the toss, and they will have the basketball to start tonight's basketball game.
Southridge plays a man-to-man, and they play hard. They're going to get after you. They're going to try to force you to commit turnovers, and that's why I said we've got to take care of the basketball.
Loose ball will be touched last by the Raiders. It'll belong to the Wildcats as Cam Haywood made a charge after that loose ball, but came up short. So Levin will inbound it. Looking for Butel, and he's having trouble, and he will find, the ball's going to be knocked away, and a foul is going to be called on Southridge. As looks like Justin Leathers will be nailed on the personal. Actually, take that back. It'll be number 3, Tate Whitehead. So Whitehead picks up the foul, his first, team's first. No score underway here at the JHS gym here on 18 WJTS. First and 2 for the Wildcats this weekend, as Corridon Central will come to the JHS gym for a Saturday night game tomorrow night. Here's a 3 from the corner, is no good by number 23, Jace Foy. Raiders with their first possession of the night, and that 3 is short by number 2, Justin Leathers. One shot, and is all the Raiders will get out of that possession. Cats have the basketball.
Yeah, the one shot, that's key. We've got to do that all night. We can't give them the opportunity for more than one.
Mainers works, it turns, it fires, and no good. And coming down with the board is David Schwartz for Southridge. He'll clear it out to Tate Whitehead. Whitehead will shoot from inside the circle. It's short. And the Wildcats have the rebound, and they will bring it up the floor. Kuntz with that getting the starting nod tonight. Along with, as I said, Jack Levin to replace Giesler, and also ailing is Logan Day, I might add. He's been sick all week. Tell out to Jack. Jack top of the key. He tries to find a back door. The pass is knocked away.
We had him on the back door. He just didn't lead him enough with the pass.
Here's a three on the way in and out and no good. And the Raiders come up with the offensive board. That three was shot by, I believe, Brock Thacker. And the Raiders will lose control of the basketball, and Jasper will get it on the turnover. And we had to have a timeout called with no score on the board. Just a minute into this contest, 5:58 to go, 30-second timeout, and we'll keep it right here.
Jasper's defense so far has been pretty decent. We forced them into that tough shot. But again, like we said, we got to force them into one shot and out.
So with under 2 minutes, just 2 minutes into this ball game, I should say, both teams having trouble finding the basket. And I'm not sure, did Southridge call that timeout?
They did.
Okay, so Ryan Haywood in his second year at Southridge, 20th overall with stops in Mount Carmel, Princeton, Lagodi prior to coming to Southridge this year, or last year, I should say. Cats with the basketball as we resume action. There's Vutel to Levin. Jack to Foy, and Foy will put the shot up, no good. Tries to get his own rebound, and he will have the last touch of it. The basketball will belong to Southridge.
We just got to stay patient on offense. We need to probably shorten this game as much as we can, and the way you do that is you're patient on offense, run the clock.
One of those games, just play your own game, and Southridge is a very fine ball club, needless to say, and play relaxed. Raiders with the basketball. Drive down to the baseline, deals it out to Leathers. His three-point shot is no good. We still remain scoreless with 5:11 to go in the first quarter. Logan Day and Nate Lukemeyer will come in for the Wildcats on the next dead ball. Steal by the Raiders.
That's just a bad pass. I mean, we got to take care of the basketball.
Southridge with the possession. Leathers. Haywood deals it out for a three-point shot, no good by Brock Thacker. Raiders like to jack up that three.
They do. That's Thacker's second attempt, I think, at it.
At least.
He just doesn't look like your prototype outside shooter. He looks like he needs to be on the block.
Hudson Montgomery is getting set to check in for Southridge. Here's a three up and in by Butel. And the Wildcats get the draw first blood finally. Lead it 3-0.
Yeah, about 4 minutes into the game, we have our first points of the game.
So
we're going to need Max to step up and have the ability to score with the guys out that we've got out.
Levin is going to be one that's going to see a lot more on the defensive end than an offensive end too. When you compare the two. Here's a shot and getting the roll is number 3, Tate Whitehead. He scores the first two for the Raiders. It's 3-2 Jasper. So Jasper with the basketball, leading by 1.
I'd like to see him get it inside to Mainers. He's got position down on the low post. Get it to him.
He's down low too, Jalen. Butel out to Foy. 3 on the way is short by Mainers. It'll go out of bounds. It'll belong to Southridge. Hudson Montgomery in the ball game for Southridge. Logan Day and Nate Lukemeyer will check in for John Gable's ball club. .255 to go in the first quarter. 3-2 Jasper leads. Losing the handle is Haywood.
Thought he got by with a travel.
Handoff goes to Whitehead. Whitehead looks at the three, then gives it back to Haywood. Leathers now.
It's good defense. You got to continue it, though. You can't give up and let them end up with it.
There's a steal right there by
Foy.
the Wildcats by Foy. Whistle. And a foul is going to be called, it looks like, on Southridge. Lukemeyer was looking down low.
I believe Schwartz is going to pick that up.
Foul will be called on Davis Schwartz. It'll be his first, second team foul of the quarter for the Raiders. Heath Steckler and Roland Whitehead will come in for the Raiders.
Hobbit came in for Jasper.
Sager checking in for the Cats.
I mean, we're obviously going to see a lot of guys playing more minutes than what they have. Just there's a nice putback by Mainers, but just because of the injuries, you know, Sager's in here early in the game, Lukemeyer's in. You know, those guys got to step up and they got to perform.
Mainers with his first bucket. There's a shot in the end. They're in, up and in by number 33 for the Raiders. Heath Steckler just came off the bench.
Can't let them get the ball that deep. Once they get it there, it's hard to keep a player from scoring.
5-4 is our score. Jasper with the lead. They have the basketball. 1:35 to go in the first quarter. Day drives out to Mainers. Now back out to Butel. 1:22 to go in the first. Out to Sager. Thomas now deals it out. Day, three on the way, good.
That was a nice job by Sager. Sager penetrated into the lane and made the defense collapse on him and left Logan wide open.
Logan Day's first bucket is a three-pointer. 8-4, Jasper with the lead. Under a minute now in the first. Here's a drive by Whitehead. Lose the handle. Jasper comes up with the basketball. They lead by 4. Butel will bring it up.
Officials are letting them play. I mean, there's a lot of bumping and banging going on.
Here's Sager for three. It's short. No, and bringing down the board is Heath Steckler. So the Raiders with the basketball. 24 seconds to go in the quarter. "17 seconds now. Whitehead deals it down low, up and in to number 33. Heath Steckler with his second bucket of the quarter. Nice play there.
Yeah, and again, it was because of the penetration that opened up the shot.
Here's a three off the mark, no good at the buzzer. And with that being the end of the first quarter of play, Jasper leads at 8-6 over Southridge. We'll be back after this on 18 WJTS.
Think about the journey, not about how you're getting there. The all-new Michelin LTX MS2, engineered for 2 extra years of tread life. Available at Du Bois County Tire and Supply in Jasper.
Big or small, we service all. Du Bois County Tire.
Carey, Schneider, Jason Stamm, and Jeremy Marcos. Jasper leads at 8-6 with 1 quarter in the books. And coming onto the floor for, well, Raiders and Wildcats set to bring in the second quarter. And Jason, as we talked about, a lot of physical play in that first quarter.
Yeah, it is. You know, and we talked about, you know, it's resulting in a lot of tough shots by the banging and bumping that's going on. And
Right.
you know, if the officials are going to let you play that way, you got to continue it.
Raiders' three-point shooting continues as that shot is missed.
I don't know who they're going to call that foul on.
And it will.
Day, I guess.
Looks
I
like
don't
Day's. He's only number 5 out there for either team. So Logan Day will be called for the personal, his first, team's first of the quarter. Here's a long three, up and in by number 3, Tate Whitehead. Whitehead gets the first three-pointer for the Raiders tonight, and they take a 9-8 lead here early in the second quarter. Down low, Mainers turns around, puts it up and in. Nice shot by Mainers.
That was a nice job.
So Jalen Mainers does a great job getting set up for the shot, turns around with a one-hand jumper and nails it for his second bucket of the night. He's got 4. As Davis Schwartz will return to the contest for Southridge. I believe Foy back in for the Cats.
Yep.
Jace Foy checks back in for the Wildcats, who lead it now 10-9. Backdoor cut is wide. It'll be out of bounds. It'll belong to the Wildcats as they were looking for Tate Whitehead underneath, but the pass was wide. Jasper gets the basketball on the turnover. They lead by 1. Pass is batted. Cats come up with it. Mainers. Inside. Levin. Butel. Here's Foy now. Drives. Ball is stripped, and a foul is going to be called on the Raiders, I should say. I believe that will go on Whitehead, perhaps. Actually, it's going to go on number 2, Justin Leathers. The Leathers will be nailed onto personal. His first.
But again, what caused that is our aggressiveness going to the basket.
Free throw is up and in by Jace Foy for his first point of the night. (11-9) is our score. As he misses the second one, Southridge will come up with it, and they'll bring up the floor. Here come the Raiders. Stop, pop, and getting the roll is number 10, Cam Haywood for his his first 2 points of the night.
Yeah, that wasn't very good defense. Let him penetrate all the way down and got within 3 feet of the basket. Somebody's got to stop him.
That ties the ball game at 11 apiece. 6.5 minutes to go in the second.
Oh.
Mainers, floater, no good. Rebound comes in the hands of Brock Thacker. Leathers. Thacker hands it off to Whitehead. Back to Thacker. Thacker drives, ball is partially blocked, but he still gets it to fall as Brock Thacker picks up his first points of the night. He's got 2. Southridge takes a 13-11 lead. Mainers again, works it. Out to Levin. Jack fires a 3. It's hard, no good. Rebound Southridge. Haywood brings it up. Cam in the backcourt. Whitehead. Thacker. Down low. Shot up, no good. Rebound comes in the hands of Jalen Mainers. They'll deal it off to Butel, and they'll bring it up the floor.
Coots did a good job of playing defense there. His guy got the ball deep, and he just stood his ground.
Butel drives the baseline, deals it out to Mainers. He'll pop a 3. It's short, no good. Southridge with the rebound. Raiders quickly up the floor. Drive it inside the lane. Is Whitehead. He'll put the shot up, no good. Raiders come out with it. Musselin the shot up, no good. Is Schwartz. Out of bounds, and who will it belong to? It looks like Southridge.
Yeah, the referee missed that because I was watching his foot on the baseline, and he didn't initially step out, but he moved his foot and went out.
And John Gable is discussing the issue with them. Under 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Jasper trails Southridge 13-11. The Raiders will have the basketball with the 2-point lead. And a whistle and a foul is going to be called on the Wildcats.
Yeah, that foul doesn't make a lot of sense. You know, they've letting them been banging and beating each other in there, and then that little hand check they call.
Be the second team foul of the quarter for the Cats. First foul for Foy. Leathers, shot up and short. Ball knocked away, and boy, look, did he push him?
I don't know.
I'm not gonna, don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah.
All right, 13-11, Jasper trails by 2, and they have the basketball. 4.5 to go.
It's a very physical game right now.
To say that again.
And the thing is, it's both teams. It's not one or the other, and the officials are letting them play. They're not calling it one way.
There's Jace Foy with his first bucket, his third point of the game. He ties it up at 13. Thacker deals it out. Leathers back to Thacker on the left wing. Well, Southridge really does a great job moving the basketball. A whistle and a foul away from the ball.
I think Butel's going to get that. He was trying to fight through the screen and kind of impeded Whitehead's progress a little bit, so he's going to pick up that foul.
Key and Lamont in the ball game, by the way, for the first time tonight, along with a couple of other repeats.
Yeah, there's a couple, like we said, you know, there was some guys going to see some playing time tonight that hadn't seen much.
Here's a three-point shot, no good, but the Raiders get the board. Offensive board hauled down by Schwartz. Thacker deals it back out. Underneath, shot is no good to Davis Schwartz. The whistle. Jasper had the basketball.
Foy did a good job coming off of his man to get that block on that shot. There was a lot of bodies flying everywhere under there.
Key and Lamont in the contest, as we said, for the first time. He will bring it up the floor. Lamont on the left wing. Deals it out to Lukemeyer. Nate. Day. Lamont now. 3 minutes and 8 seconds to go in the second quarter. Here's a shot up, no good by Jace Foy, and the Raiders come down with the board. Three on the way is no good. And coming up with an offensive rebound is Davis Schwartz. Raiders getting second chances this time around, Jason.
Yeah, and that's what we said. We can't, you know, they're hungry. They're getting to the loose ball faster than what we are, and we can't allow that.
Here's a short jumper up and in by Tate Whitehead. He's got 7. And the Raiders take a 15-13 lead with 2.5 to play in the second. Here's a three on the way, no good by Logan Day. Southridge with the basketball. They lead it by 2. Here's a shot by up and in, no good. Haywood up, no good. Pulling down the board is Day for the Wildcats. Bodies are flying everywhere.
Holy cow. I mean, I thought he double dribbled, and then I thought he traveled, and then he got fouled. And
now a whistle will be blown, as it looks like Ham Hayward will be called on the foul. It will indeed be Hayward's first. Sager and Butel back in the lineup for Jasper. As Jace Foy will get a rest. And Lamont back on the bench.
Both teams are using a lot of players. I mean, physical game like this, guys are exerting themselves, and that's what you want. You know, you got other players, you know, that want to play too, so that should be a hold on 33.
And a foul will be called indeed on number 33, Heath Steckler. Steckler's first. Hudson Montgomery back in the game for the Raiders. 1:58 to go in the second quarter. Jasper with the basketball. They trail by 2. Lukemeyer out to Butel. Looking for Day, finds him.
Butel should be able to use his quickness with Montgomery guarding him. Montgomery's a lot bigger, but I would think Max would be a lot quicker.
Sager on the wing. Butel down low to to Mainers. Mainers bump and bump.
I mean, they just stand there and just bump and bump, but that's fine if they're going to. Now, here's the thing, Carey. So many games like this that I've watched, the officials will call it they'll call it this way in the first half, and then the second half they'll call everything under the sun, and the kids don't, as players, you don't know what
you don't know how to adjust.
No.
Exactly, and we see that, we've seen that for years,
yeah.
and so forth, but you're exactly right. So it's hard for the kids to adjust when they're used to getting all this bump and grind in the first half, and the next half, well, every little ticky-tack foul is going to be whistled upon.
I mean, if you're going to let them play this way in the first half, that's fine, but let it go the second half too.
Have consistency about it.
That's right.
Under a minute to play, Southridge has the basketball on a 5-second violation on the other end of the floor. They lead it by 2, and they will keep possession of the basketball as that ball will be knocked out of bounds by the Wildcats. 50 seconds to go now as Jace Foy will come in for Sager. .48 seconds to go as Whitehead will bring it up the floor. He'll find Hacker on, or excuse me, actually that's Whitehead on the wing. Here's a jumper up and out and no good by number 10, Cam Haywood. Nice jumper there, but it just wouldn't fall.
Yeah, that did everything but go in. I mean, it hit every part of the rim.
So Jasper with the chance to tie or go up by 1 before the half. They trail at 15-13, 20 seconds to go. Utel, Dagan in the quarter. Day now top of the key. Utel, 9 seconds to go. Mainers, 4 seconds. Mainers turns around, fires it, and good at the buzzer. At the buzzer, 2-point turnaround shot by Jalen Mainers, his 6th point of the game, ties this ball game up at 15 here at the halftime break. Jasper 15, and Southridge 15, Jason, and like I said, just kind of quickly summarize things. It's been a physical battle, and both teams just showing their grit.
Well, there's no doubt. I mean, that's, we were talking about that, and that's, 15-15 at halftime. You've played 16 minutes, and each team's only scored 15 points. And a lot of that has to do with the physicality of this game. Like we talked, the officials are letting them play that way, which that's fine. But now don't come out the second half and change that, and then the kids won't know how they're calling it. So I think, obviously when teams are able to do that, it affects the shooting. It affects guys' rush shots. They get bumped on a shot maybe that they doesn't normally happen. So I think, that plays a big factor into this game. And, turnover-wise, I don't have – a whole lot of turnovers. I've only got Jasper for 3 and Southridge for 2, and those are unofficial. But, for the physicality of the game, they've taken care of the ball for the most part.
Right. They've
gotten shots off. I would venture to say both teams' shooting percentage, which we don't keep, but is not very good, because of the defense.
And one thing else, Southridge, for example, really kind of struggling from outside the arc, and so forth. But Jasper doing a great job on the perimeter defense.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, we're getting guys out there. We're getting a hand up in their face and able to, any shot that's taken in the game of basketball, as a defender, you want to try to contest that shot, whether that's get a hand up in their face, get up on them, make it a tough shot for them. Don't leave it as an easy shot, and both teams have done that in the first half, and that's why I think you see the low scoring.
Okay, speaking of scoring, just a quick look at the individual scoring. Not much is really showy here, at least with the 15-15 score at halftime. But Brock Thacker has 2 points for Southridge, as does Cam Hayward. 4 points by Heath Steckler on a pair of 2-point baskets. Tate Whitehead leads all scorers here at halftime with 7 on a 3-pointer and 2 2-point baskets for Southridge. Wildcats are led in scoring by Jalen Manners, including that turnaround jumper to tie the game right at the buzzer. He's got 3 2-point baskets for 6 points. Jace Foy has 3 points on a 2-point basket and 1 of 2 at the line, while Max Butel and Logan Day with a 3-point basket each to round out the scoring for Jasper here at halftime. Our score is 15-15 at the halftime break. We'll be back with the second half right after this on 18 WJTS.
The year-end clearance event is on at Ubelor & Sons in Jasper and Vincennes. Right now, get the best deal of the year on remaining 24 models in stock. Many to choose from at all 3 stores, like Chevy Silverado, GMC Sierra, Buick Encore and Envision, and Toyota Tacoma and RAV4, all at year-end pricing. Remember, you never pay document fees at Jubilar's, so you'll save even more. Don't miss the year-end clearance event, now at Jubilar & Sons, where customers send their friends since 1929.
Back at the JHS gym as we bring you the second half of play. Wildcats and Raiders tied at 15 apiece. Both teams on the floor with their original starting lineups to start the second half. Justin Leathers, Tate Whitehead, Cam Haywood, Davis Schwartz, and Brock Thacker for Southridge. Jasper will have the basketball to start the second half. Butel, Levine, Foy, Manners, and Kai Kuntz, who has the basketball down low. Kuntz will turn around. Short jumper is up and in. So Kai Kuntz picks up his first points of the night to get the Cats the lead to start the second half, Jason. So
yeah, but that was a nice offensive possession. We were patient, got the ball into Kai. Kai did a nice job.
So Jasper with the 17-15 lead. Southridge their first possession of the half. Thacker, and here's whistle, and
Butel's going
to pick up a foul down low on the first possession, and let's just see how that's going to set the tone for the second half, as we talked about.
Yeah, but that one there, I think it was kind of obvious because he kind of looked like he had a hold of his shirt possibly. So.
That would be his second they have on the board.
See, there's one that, in the first half, I don't know, but, Jasper's already got 2 fouls in the quarter, and we haven't played a minute yet. That bonus 5 foul in a quarter bonus could come into effect here.
As Kai Kuntz will be nailed on that personal, his first, and going up, or what happened to free throws, I should say, at the line is Davis Schwartz, Southridge's first trip to the line this evening. So Schwartz nails the first for his first bucket, point of the night. Misses the second. Manners comes down with the board. Day will have the basketball for Jasper, who leads by 1, 17-16. Butel. Manners, bump, turns, puts the shot up, no good. Gets his own rebound, turns around, up and in, and a foul. Great job by Jalen Manners to stick with it, Jason.
He did. That was a very nice offensive possession for him. Like you said, he got bumped. He went up with the shot, missed it, but he didn't give up. He went back up, got his own offensive rebound, got bumped again, and then went back up. So very good job.
Manners with 8 points, looking for number 9 and a chance to give the Wildcats a 4-point lead if he can connect on this free throw, and he is hard on that one. And scramble on the rebound.
Get on the floor. And
Southridge will come up with it. They trail by 3, 19-16. So 6.5 minutes to go in the third quarter of play. Southridge with the basketball.
Oh, he
I
traveled.
was going to say, where's the walk? But a foul instead is going to be called on Jasper.
They're going to call a foul and the basket after he traveled. I mean, maybe he got fouled before he traveled. But, I
don't know. Either way, Tate Whitehead will get the bucket, and he will go to the line with a chance at a 3-point play. He's got 9 now in the contest, lead all scores, make it 10 as he nails that free throw. And he ties the contest at 19 apiece. And a whistle, and a timeout is going to be called. Timeout, believe Jasper with 6:27 to go. Jasper 19, Southridge 19. We'll be back after this on 18 WJTS.
Jubilar Chevy in Jasper, Indiana is your headquarters for new half-ton Silverados. And we've got them in stock. Choose from LTs, RSTs, Trail Bosses, and even High Countries. All in stock now. If we don't have the truck you're looking for, we can get it for you. The Chevy Silverado has a heritage and a history like no other truck. And now is a great time to buy one. Find your Silverado at Jubilar Chevy in Jasper. Online at jubilargm.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Is our score with 6:27 to go in the third quarter after that timeout. Jasper will have the basketball.
Jasper was forced to call in that timeout because he couldn't get the ball in bounds. Because Southridge picked him up in a man-to-man press.
Here is Day now. Out to Butel. Max works it. Drives the baseline. Puts a short jumper up. No good. Tipped up. No good by Mainers. Day drives. Puts it up and in. He had to work hard for that one.
He did.
Logan, go ahead.
I give that credit to Jalen Mainers because he was on the offensive rebound, kept that ball, tipped it around, kept it alive.
Logan Day has 5 points. Here's a shot on the other end, up and in, and the Raiders, Tate Whitehead answers with his 12th point of the night.
Key to Whitehead is you got to stay between him and the basket because he likes to go to the basket and he likes to go hard.
21-21 is the score, near still. Kuntz over to Butel, down low to Jalen. Mainers works, whistle, and a foul is going to be called down low. I believe on Davis Schwartz. That'll be his second.
Again,
actually his third.
That was, a play in the first half that they might not have called, so
Schwartz will have to take a rest with his third foul. Also taking a rest is going to be Brock Thacker. Jasper with the basketball. Game is tied 21 apiece. Ball knocked away. Scramble for it. Southridge comes up with it. Here comes Leathers over to
he pushed off.
Whitehead. 3 on the way. Up and in by number 10 for the Raiders, Cam Haywood. Haywood's got 5. Southridge takes a 24-21 lead. And timeout by Jasper. Wildcats will call another timeout. Sure it is, or is it?
I don't know what's going on.
He pointed towards Jasper as if it was talking about the official. I guess it wasn't a timeout.
I don't know what stopped the play then. I'm sorry, but we can't help you.
No, I can't. I wish we had an explanation for that.
Yeah.
24-21 is the score. Jasper trails Southridge. They will have the basketball. Near still by Steckler. It'll belong to the Wildcats.
Well, ball fakes would go a long way in this game with the way Southridge plays defense. They overplay that pass to the wing, and if you ball fake and back cut, you're going to be wide open.
Kai Kuntz with the basketball. He'll deal it over to Butel. Butel will drive the baseline, lay it up, and good on a foul. Nice drive to the hole by Max Butel for his 5th point, and he'll go to the line to shoot 1.
That was a good job by Max because he not only went to the basket, but he went hard with the intent to score.
So Butel, as I said, with this 5th point, he'll go to the line, the chance to tie this ball game up. Foul is going to be called on Justin Leathers, his 2nd. Butel comes in up with the free throw. He's got 6. Game is tied 24 apiece. .423 to go in the third. Shot up, no good. Rebound comes to the Wildcats. Lukemeyer's got it, and he's going to be fouled.
Butel did a good job that time on Whitehead. He got out, got a hand in his face. That's what you got to do with him.
A nice positioning for the rebound by Nate Lukemeyer, in fact. Southridge now with their 4th foul with still 4 minutes to go in the quarter.
Nice.
Pass up and in by number 5, Logan Day. Day's got 7.
Great assist by Lamont. Day did a nice job with the back cut. Lamont fed him on the way to the basket for an easy layup.
Jasper 26, Southridge 24. Raiders with the basketball. 3 on the way, up and no good by number 23, Hudson Montgomery. But the Raiders coming up with the board. Leathers in the corner. Deals it out to Whitehead. Tate Whistle, and a foul is going to be called on the floor on the Wildcats. Looks like Lamont, I should say, is going to get that foul. Coming back into the ball game for the Wildcats will be Jace Foy. Day will have a rest. Whistle and a foul on. Is that going to be on Southridge or well?
No, I think
it's going to be a push against Jasper. Jasper bench sure was lobbying for that call.
I don't know who they called it on. Lamont again?
Looks like, well, let's see. Well, they still has Lamont on the scoreboard, but he's got, if it's him, it should be his second, actually, Levin.
Yeah.
So Jack will get nailed for his first. And by the way, that's the 5th foul on the Wildcats. And shooting at the line is Tate Whitehead, who's already 1 for 1 from the line, make it 2 for 2 as he nails that next one. He's got 13 points. Comes up short that time, and the Cats come up with a board. Lamont will bring it up. Finds Mainers on the wing.
Another back cut.
Back cut, lays up and in by Jack Levin. Levin with his first 2.
Mainers did a nice job of looking him.
28-25 is the score. 3 minutes to go in the third. Steal by Levin.
Good decision. Good decision.
Levin down low to Mainers, double team, whistle, and a foul is going to be called on Southridge.
That'll be 2 shots. That's their 5th.
That's their 5th, so both teams now in the bonus here in this quarter. Mainers will go to the line to shoot 2. Mainers has 8 points. He's 0 for 1 from the line, making 1 for 2. He's got 9. Jasper with a 4-point lead. I believe that's their biggest of the game.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Nails that one, so a 5-point lead for the Wildcats now. Definitely their biggest of the game at this point. 30-25 is our score. Southridge with the basketball. Whitehead. Thacker. Back out to Whitehead. Here's a 3 on the way in for number 3, Tate Whitehead. So Tate Whitehead nails that 3-pointer shot. He's got 16, I believe. Tate Whitehead with 16 to lead Southridge, who will cut it to within 2, 30-28. 2 minutes to go in the third. And a traveling is going to be called on Lukemeyer. So the Wildcats will turn it over. So Southridge with the basketball. They trail 30-28. 2 minutes to go in the third. Down low to Thacker. He loses the handle. Jasper has it. Here's Jack Levin. Jack lays it up and good, and a foul. Oh,
yeah, they called
okay. I was gonna say okay. Did he? Without how they are they calling the basket though? He has not indicated the basket yet.
Well, because Mainers got up there and got in the rim, but the ball was going in, so it should count.
Levin will go to the line. Will he shoot 2 or shoot 1? They still haven't decided whether that bucket will count. They're discussing it.
It should be 1 basket good and 1 shot.
Nope, they're giving them 2 shots. They're calling no basket. They are waving off the basket. They're saying it was before the shot, I guess. Jack Levin will go to the line, however, to shoot 2.
The ball was going in.
Score remains 30-28, 1:48 to go in the third. Jack Levin going to the line. He's got 2 points and 2 shots coming. First is off the mark, no good. Cam Haywood will check in for the Raiders. Levin's second is good. Jack's got 3. Jasper leads it by 3, 31-28. Whitehead down low, blocked away. As Steckler's shot was blocked by Mainers on the other end, blocked away by the Raiders. Whistle and a jump ball, I believe, will be called. And possession should go to Southridge. It will. So the Raiders get the basketball on the held possession, on the held ball, that is. Jasper leads it by 3. Southridge with the basketball. 31-28 is their score. And a whistle. And a hold against the Cats. That was on 15, Levin.
Yeah.
Jack's second. 2 shots coming now for Tate Whitehead. First one is off the mark, no good. Whitehead with 16 points. He is 4 for 4 from the line. All here in the third quarter.
I think Whitehead's real close to, as he hits that one, but Whitehead's real close to setting the Southridge all-time three-point record. I think he's like...
And 3-point shots made, that is? Or?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's about to overtake Colson Montgomery for that.
That's a task.
Yeah. But the thing Whitehead's got going for him, he's played since he was a freshman, I think, on the varsity, so that's helped him.
49 seconds to go. The shot is up and in by Mainers. Mainers has 8, 10, 12 points, 6 of them here in the third quarter. It gives the Cats a 33-29 lead. Cats back up to that 4-point lead. 30 seconds to go. Whistle. The foul is going to be called, it looks like, on Foy, maybe.
Yep.
Jace Foy will be nailed on the personal. It should be his second. It is. Futel and Logan Day getting set to come back in. 2 shots at the line for number 10, Cam Haywood. He hits the first. Haywood's got 6. Puts the Raiders within 3, 33-30. They'll have a chance to put them within 2 if he can connect on this free throw. As I said, 6 points on 1 of 1 from the line. That one is no good. And he will come up with his own rebound. And timeout Southridge with 21 seconds to go in the third quarter. It is a 30-second timeout. Jason will just hold it right here for a minute. So 33-30 is our score. Kind of an interesting third quarter at that.
Yeah, it has been. Obviously there's been more points scored in this quarter than what was in the whole first half. I feel like both teams are playing better the second half. The officials aren't letting them get by with as much bumping as what they did in the first. But overall, I think it's been pretty good here the second half. But, Jasper's defense, I felt like, has picked up a little bit.
Jasper's, I was going to say, they've outscored the Raiders 18-15 in this quarter.
Yeah, they need a good stop here. They can't let Southridge have a good shot because they came out with a designed play right here.
And we'll start with Justin Leathers bringing it up across the timeline. Haywood. Leathers with it. Now to Tate Whitehead. 6 seconds. Whitehead will drive. He'll deal it. Shot up, no good at the buzzer. Long heave thrown and off the blackboard, no good. 33-30 is our score after 3. We'll be back after this on 18 WJTS.
This is Tony Ubelard, Ubelard Toyota in Jasper. Truck lovers know the Toyota Tundra for its legendary strength and reliability. The new Tundras are long on comfort, technology, and safety too. Right now, we've got plenty of new Tundras in stock, with options for every purpose and budget. Loaded with features to help you get things done. We have flexible financing and lease options as well. Find your new Tundra today at Ubelard Toyota in Jasper, where customers send their friends for hardworking trucks since 1929.
Back at the JHS gym as we bring you the fourth quarter of play here on 18 WJTS. Carey Schneider, Jeremy Marcos, and of course Jace. Let's start that over. That's stupid. Back at the JHS gym as we bring you the fourth quarter of play. Jasper leads at 33-30. Carey Schneider, Jason Stamm, Jeremy Marcos. An excellent ball game here tonight. Let's turn out physical, but we saw a lot of fouls called in that third quarter as we kind of expected. Both teams were in the bonus. First shot is no good by Logan Day. Raiders have the basketball, trail by 3. Southridge 4-0 coming in this contest. Jasper 1-3.
Yeah, but you know, this county rivalry, you can throw out records. It doesn't matter whose record's what. Both teams, you know, anytime you get into this situation, both teams are ready to play.
Whistle and a foul is going to be called on the Wildcats. Logan Day pick up his third. First foul of the quarter for the Cats. Southridge working the ball. Leathers. Tate Whitehead. Tate will fire a 3. It's no good. Rebound comes to Thacker. Thacker will try to muscle up. No good. And coming up with the board for the Wildcats will be Chase Foy. Here's Jace. Over to Mainers on the wing. He'll fire a 3 and miss the shot. No good. Loose ball comes out to the Raiders on the break. Up and in is Tate Whitehead. Whitehead with 19. (33-32) is our score. Southridge within 1.
Jasper needs to be patient. Look for a good shot.
Nice shot off the glass by Kai Kuntz. You're exactly right. Kuntz with his second bucket of the night. He's got 4. Jasper back up by 3, 35-32. A game that's just going to go down, Jay.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect anything less, I don't think.
Here's a 3. That's going to be way off to the left, as we can see from our vantage point here.
Yeah, when that come out of his hand, it didn't have a chance to go in.
It was wide left.
Be patient, work the ball, get a good shot, look for your back cuts, cut hard.
Kuntz. And a timeout is going to be called by John Gable, a full timeout with 5:39 to go in the fourth quarter. Jasper leads at 35-32. Back after this on 18 WJTS.
Have an extra car you don't need, but don't want the hassle of selling it? Or maybe you're ready to get out of your lease early. Either way, Ubelard Chevy Cadillac in Jasper has you covered. We want to buy your car. All makes and models. We'll even handle the payoff with your bank. How does it work? We appraise your vehicle and give you a check. It's that easy. We'll even come to your location. Call or text 812-639-2186 for more details. Ubelard Chevy Cadillac in Jasper, where customers send their friends since 1929.
Of course, is the Jasper Wildcats and the Southridge Raiders, Jason. We got a 35-32 contest with 5:39 to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's, you know, everything we had hoped for and expected, really. Like you said, anytime two county rivals get together, you know, both teams are going to be ready to play, and just good Indiana high school basketball.
So the Wildcats with the lead will have the basketball. And, Butel comes up with the inbounds pass. He'll deal it out to Foy. Back out to Butel. Foy now on the right wing. Pass is stolen away by Schwartz. The Raiders have it. Trailing by 3. Haywood. Montgomery back to Haywood.
Oh, they don't call that anymore. You used to not be able to dribble the ball above your waist there. He just dribbled it up by his head.
Right up to his shoulders at least.
Yeah. That used to be palming or
yeah.
you know.
Tate Whitehead with the basketball, hands it off over to Leathers. Back out to Tate. Thacker now. Haywood. Raiders taking their time on this possession, working out the good shot, and they get it right there. As Tate Whitehead picks up his 21st point of the contest.
I mean, that play's just set up. They just run the same thing over and over. Whitehead comes off that ball screen, ball handoff, you know, and they have success with it, so why change it?
So it's 35-34. The long three on the way, no good by Butel. And the Raiders have the basketball with a chance to take the lead. And a foul is going to be called, it looks like, on Foy, or Day, I should say. If it is, that's his fourth. And it will be.
Yeah, you're going to have to get him out just because you may need his three-point shooting here, you know, at some point in the fourth quarter.
He's going to have to take a seat with 7 points. Leathers will bring it up. Here's Schwartz. Hands it off to Tate Whitehead. Tate drives, fires. Shot from the baseline is no good. Raiders come up with the offensive board. Ball knocked away, and a foul is going to be called on Jack Levin.
That's Jasper's fourth foul in the fourth quarter, and Southridge is yet to be called for one.
Levin will be his third, but in fact, the Wildcats looking at possibly some good foul trouble here going down the stretch with one man on the bench with 4. Here's a 3 on the way, no good. Kai Kuntz, nice solid board.
That was.
Jasper with a 1-point lead, 3.5 to go.
No reason to panic here. I mean, you got a 1-point lead. Take your time, run your offense, and get a good shot. But you got to move. Back cut.
3:12 to go. Levin has the ball swatted away. He's going to be bumped, and a foul is going to be called. It looks like on Tate Whitehead. I have him for 2. It will be a second. First team foul for the Raiders here in the fourth. Butel will he'll inbound it from underneath the Jasper basket. Here's a 3 on the way, off the mark, no good by Foy, and a whistle and a foul will be called, it looks like, on the Wildcats.
Mainers, I believe, got that one.
But it's Mainers, it's just his first, and it will be. But it's number 4 in the quarter.
Exactly.
(35-34) to score. Southridge with the basketball, a chance to take the lead again. Thacker. Whitehead. Tate deals it over to Haywood. Haywood on the wing. Leathers. Back to Haywood. 2.5 to go in the quarter, or in the fourth. Shot is up, no good, but a foul will be called as Tate Whitehead took it strong to the hole, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. And that foul goes against Kai Kuntz, his second. And it is now the 5th team foul. So the Raiders will be going to the line throughout. But foul and act of shooting, of course, however, was Tate Whitehead. He's got 21 points, make it 22. He is 4 for 6 from the line tonight, all here in the second half. They said to see 17, 18, 19, 20, 20, 22 points. Second one is good, 23 for Tate Whitehead to lead all scorers. He gives the Raiders the lead back at 36-35 with 2:22 to go. Mainers now. Kai Kuntz. Lamond works it over to Day. Day will drive, and he'll draw the foul on Justin Leathers for his third. That'll be the second team foul on the Raiders here in the fourth. 2:06 to go. Southridge leads at 36-35. And the Raiders will send in Roland Whitehead. So Roland Whitehead now in the ball game. Kuntz takes the inbounds. Nearing the 2-minute mark. And a whistle and a foul will be called on Cam Haywood. And that should be his second. And that'll be is that the third or the either way, it's the second foul on Haywood. I guess just the third in the quarter. 2:01 to go in the fourth quarter. Southridge leads at 36-35. Tell out in the backcourt and a whistle and a foul away from the basketball.
Whitehead.
There's number 4 on Southridge.
Yeah.
We see overtime. I'm just curious, does the foul situation carry over into the overtime periods, or does it start over?
As far as what fouls?
As far as, like, you know, the 5 fouls in the quarter. And
oh, no, that's just like a whole new quarter.
Okay, it's a whole new quarter.
Yeah.
Just kind of curious. Here's Kai Kuntz. Turnaround shot is no good. Mainers works on a wrestle for the ball. Mainers had the basketball first and knocked away. We have a whistle. And it was a jump, I guess they call it a help ball, and that will be Raiders basketball.
Yeah, I don't know what they called out of that.
Well, Southridge is going to have it. Yeah, it was a help ball. Well, okay. They called it a jump, and I don't know what else they could have called.
Yeah.
So go ahead. So the Raiders, who lead at 36-35 with 1:43 to go here in the fourth period, will have the basketball. Brock Thacker will inbound it. Over to Leathers, and Justin will bring it up the floor. 1:40 to go. Cam Haywood now circles it top of the key. Gives it over to Whitehead. Tate. Raiders will take their time here, Jason, looks like.
Yeah, I mean, they got the ball in the lead. You know, you don't need to rush anything.
And they have the bonus on their side, of course.
Yeah, both teams do now, so.
Actually, you're right. And Butel will be called for the foul as Whitehead drove to the basket. Max Butel will pick up, I believe, his third. It will be. And going to the line to shoot two is Tate Whitehead. Whitehead with 23 points. He'll have 2 shots coming. First one is short. Whitehead is 5 of 8 now after that miss. We'll have a chance to put the Raiders up by 2 here with 1:04 to go. If he can connect on this second one. He does.
But Jasper's got 1 minute and 4 seconds. You know, they don't need to panic. They need to look for a good shot. I look for Coach Gable to probably call a timeout at some point here.
Under a minute to play. 37-35 Southridge with the lead. And a pass almost stolen away, but fortunately Butel came up with it.
He had the pass. He had Mainers wide open.
3-point shot is short. Raiders come up with the board. Thacker has it. He'll deal it out to Whitehead. And the Raiders have the basketball with a 2-point lead. 31 seconds now. Tate Whitehead, a whistle. And a foul is going to be called on the Wildcats. as I believe that was Lamond with the foul.
Yeah,
They got it the opposite way on the scoreboard. His second. And Thacker will go to the line to shoot 2. First one is good. Lamond with 25. Eight free throws here in the second half out of 11. He will not get that one. And the Wildcats have the basketball, down by 3, 27 seconds, and a timeout will be called, a full timeout at that. 38-35 is our score. Southridge with a 3-point lead, 25 seconds to go. Timeout Jasper. We'll be back after this on 18 WJTS.
This is Tony Ubelard, Ubelard Toyota in Jasper. Toyota announces a new certified used vehicle program. Now vehicles up to 10 years old with 125,000 miles are silver certified. Cars up to 6 years old with 85,000 miles are gold certified. That means more great certified Toyotas for you to choose from. All with additional factory warranty, 24-hour roadside assistance, and a stringent multi-point quality inspection, like usual. Ask about a gold or silver certified used Toyota from Ubelard Toyota in Jasper today.
Back once again at the Jasper High School Gymnasium. 38-35 is our score with 25.3 seconds to go. Jasper trailing by 3. They have the basketball.
Yeah, you know, I mean, you couldn't ask for much more. You got the ball here, chance to tie it up. I'm sure they set up some kind of out-of-bounds play here with oh, they missed Maynard's wide open underneath.
Mainers will have it out in the wing, 16 seconds. Utel, Levin. Jack. And another timeout by the Wildcats. This will be a full timeout, but I think we'll just keep it here with 8 seconds to go, Jason. Just kind of set up the scene here for the Wildcats as they have 8 seconds to go and see what they're going to set up.
Yeah, you know, obviously Coach will get his best shooting lineup in there now. I just seen he put Foy in for Levin. Coach Begley's down there. Coach Begley is a master at drawing up plays like this at the end of the game, at out-of-bounds plays, to try to get somebody open to get a good look for a good shot. So he's basically down there kind of drawing something up. It's probably something new, you know, but you don't know what Southridge is going to come out in. Are they going to come out in a man-to-man? Are they going to come out in a zone? More than likely, the way they play man-to-man, I would think they would come out and play a man-to-man in this situation. But, you know, like you said, you can't ask for much more in this situation. You've got a chance to tie the game up here with 8 seconds left. You know, you hope that you get a good shot. You know, on the other end, you can talk about Southridge. What can Southridge do? Southridge could foul.
All right.
I know it's 2 shots, but that's 2. The most you can score out of that's 2. You know, and you can't shoot it.
All right, 8 seconds to go. Mainers will inbound it. He'll throw them over here to 3 on the way. By Foy, it is no good. Rebound Raiders, 3 seconds to go. Logan Day's 3-point shot comes up short. And with 2.8 seconds to go, the Raiders will have the basketball and a chance to sew this up with free throws.
Yeah, that was a tough catch for Logan, and then once he caught it, it was hard to get his balance and everything else back to be able to get a good shot off. But, you know, that's a tough play because that's a long pass. It went from the one out-of-bounds line basically across court completely. So
Roland Whitehead will go to the line to try to sew things up for the Raiders, who lead it by 3 with 2.8 seconds to go. Foul was called on Logan Day, who fouls out in the contest. First free throw is up and good by Roland Whitehead, his first points of the night. 38-35 is now the score. That one is no good. Kuntz comes up with it. 1 second, and that will be the ball game. The final score, Southridge comes out on top here at the JHS gym tonight by the score of 39-35. Well, as we said, we knew it would be a really good ball game tonight with these two county rivals. Records don't mean a thing, but the Wildcats and the Raiders did a good battle tonight, Jason.
Yeah, they did. You know, you don't know what to expect, obviously, when you put two teams together that are in the same county. You know, around here, that's a big deal. I know in some counties in Indiana it may not be as big a deal, but I felt like, you know, Jasper had to be considered the underdog in the game just because if you do look at the records. But, you know, I thought, you know, they could take some positives away from it. You know, one thing we didn't talk about tonight was this is a potential sectional opponent this year. So, you know, from that standpoint, you know, Southridge was missing one of their key players, I believe, the right boy who's their point guard.
Right.
You know, and then obviously Jasper's missing two of theirs. So, you know, there comes sectional time, things are going to be a lot different. You know, I think that, you know, I don't know what the coach's feeling will be tonight. You know, I felt like there was pretty good effort. It was a hard-fought game all around on both sides, the offense and defense by both teams. You know, and from Jasper's standpoint, hey, you know, you got to move on. You got less than 24 hours. You're going to be back out here tomorrow night taking on a Corden team. Have no idea what they are. You know, and we talked before the game started that, you know, this game to me was more about Jasper improving as a team, not necessarily what the score was or who wins or loses. You know, I just felt like Jasper needed to play better and to improve for the course of the season. And in all honesty, I thought they did tonight. You know, yeah, you didn't get the win, but I felt like we did play better and things looked a little better. Obviously, you were missing, you know, Giesler and Ernie in there, which was a big thing. But for the guys that played, I thought they played hard and they did well.
Well, you know, again, you can always say it. I mean, you throw out the records. I mean, I've said that 1,000 times. I know tonight it's getting old, but still, you know, it's a big test for these two ball clubs heading into the holiday break. I'm not sure what Southridge has coming up. I believe they might be in a tournament coming up, but
yeah,
Southridge.
They have one next Saturday.
Saturday,
yeah.
Okay. Meanwhile, the Wildcats, of course, they still have Corden tomorrow night. Corden actually 4-1 coming into their contest tonight against Scottsburg. And of course, don't have any idea what happened with that yet, but. So they're well improved. I mean, you know, that's a game the Wildcats have had their advantages with. But anyway, but again, this is a good stepping stone to as you mentioned, with the sectional. They are a potential sectional team, a sectional that's going to be very tough with the likes of Southridge, Princeton, and of course Gibson Southern as well.
Yeah, I mean, you know, with Southridge and Gibson, you know, you could flip a coin. As you know, we've played both of them now. You know, which one's better, I don't know. Southridge beat us on our home floor. Gibson beat us pretty handedly down at Gibson.
Oh, and of course, don't forget Vincennes and Washington,
Vincennes, Washington. Yeah, I mean, so, you know, overall, I mean, it's going to be a good sectional. You know, so it's a matter of who can get healthy and who can improve the most between now and sectional time.
So the Wildcats fall to 1-4, while the Raiders improved to 5-0. We'll take a moment here to look at the individual scoring for tonight's game. For Southridge, Roland Whitehead had 1 point, 1 point for Davis Schwartz as well on 1 of 2 from the line. 2 points for Brock Thacker. 6 points, well, let's go with 4 points for Heath Steckler and 6 points for Cam Haywood. 25 points for Tate Whitehead to lead all scorers in this contest tonight. The Wildcats had 3 points apiece from Jace Foy, Jack Levin, and Max Butel. 4 points by Kai Kuntz, and 7 points by, Logan Day. 12 points by Jalen Mayners to lead the Wildcats in scoring this evening. One thing that sticks out, you know, Kai Kuntz doing a fine job in getting the starting role tonight and a much-needed work. So, you know, like I said, we have our injuries that we've dealt with, but we've had some guys tonight that really kind of answered the call.
I thought there was a couple guys. I thought Kai did a very nice job coming into there tonight into a role that, he hadn't been used to. I thought Kean Lamont did a pretty nice job, too, when he came in, and Nate Lucamar both. Or, all three of those guys, I felt like, they hadn't seen a lot of minutes this year. But I felt like all three of them did, a worthy job of getting in there and battling and competing tonight. So.
All right, well, we'll wait and see here if we get a coach to join us. In fact, let's just go ahead and take a break, and if we don't, we'll just wrap it up. But let's just go ahead and take a quick break, and while Cam throws a smorgasbord in front of us of hamburgers and whatnot. Anyway, take a quick break and see if we can get a coach to come up to talk with us. You're watching Wildcat basketball here on 18 WJTS.
Ho, 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 ho.
It's Christmas countdown time!
1033 Jolly FM has your fix of non-stop Christmas music through the holiday season.
Jolly FM, Santa Claus.
Stationed in Santa Claus, Indiana, our station knows a thing or two about being holly and jolly.
Whoopsie!
We'll be jingling and jangling until the clock strikes 12 on New Year's Eve.
Merry Christmas!
Tune in now at jollyfm.com.
Back at the JHS gym where the Wildcats fall this evening, 39-35 to the Southridge Raiders, and Coach Caleb Bagley joins us. Caleb, let's go ahead and talk about tonight's ball game. And it's a county rival. Both teams come out to play, no question about it. Give us your thoughts on this game thus far, and how we go forward from here.
Yeah, kind of what you expect. A physical game. Both teams competed really hard on both ends of the floor. Their size and their strength, they just beat us up on the glass, and that was probably the difference in the game. We did a nice job taking care of the basketball. I think we had 3 turnovers in the first half. I think we ended up finishing with 8. Won the turnover battle against the team that, their guards are really good, and they have a good team. But if we could have, got a couple more defensive rebounds and not giving up second chance points, probably the difference in the game.
Well, and going into this contest, Jason and I, of course, pointed out and talked about the fact that this is even it's December, so when we always play the Raiders in the first place, but it's a sectional opponent and so forth. But right now, obviously, our injuries are playing havoc with us, no question about it. Plus, we had another illness, I believe, this week. Talk about how that's affected right now. And, Southridge, of course, had their injury problems as well, too. So, these two see each other again in March. It could be a different ballgame.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Obviously, after the Memorial game, Geese, find out he's got a broken thumb, and it'll sideline him for a few weeks. But and then we had a couple guys out this week with sickness, and, we got them all back, yesterday for sure. But it was a good opportunity for guys like Nate Lucamire and Kean Lamont to jump in there, and both of them did really good things. Nate is competitive, probably one of the more competitive guys on our team, and is physical and doesn't back down, and he did a great job when he was in there tonight. And Kean Lamont as well. And like you said, they're in the same boat as us. They're missing their point guard, and the Leathers kid does a really nice job for them, but it gives him a chance to gain some experience, and then when they get Noah Wright back, they're probably going to be even better because of it. So.
You had a couple of players, and you already touched upon them. I know I was going to bring up next, of course, is the guys that you had to maybe not see as much action, but they were thrust upon it tonight. Kai Coons, for example, inserted in the starting lineup. Jack Levin, of course, too, out coming still with his injury with his knee and so forth. A lot of these guys answered the call tonight. No question about it.
Yeah, and there's, that's Nate and Jack bring us a little physicality, and, Jack's a good athlete, and, but those two guys have Jack, he played a little bit more against Memorial. Obviously, like you said, he's been out with injury. But tonight was kind of Nate Lucamire and Kean's first opportunity in a varsity game to get some extended minutes, and they handled themselves really nicely.
All right. Well, going into, move on to Corridon Central here tomorrow night before the holiday break.
Yeah, they've got a good team, got a little size, got a few guys back from last year. And it took us everything we had to beat them at their place last year. So we're going to have to find that energy again tomorrow night that we came out and played with tonight, and hopefully get a win and get back on the right track.
All right. Well, Caleb, thank you very much for joining us this evening.
Thank you.
Wildcats fall tonight to Southridge 39-35. He will be on the back here in action at the JHS gym on Saturday night to take on the Corridon Central Panthers. That ball game will tip off at 7:30 Saturday night from the JHS gym. We'll have it for you Sunday at 1 here on 18 WJTS. For Jason Stamm and Jeremy Marcos, I'm Carey Schneider. Again, the final score: Southridge 39, Jasper 35. So long, everybody.